right. Very first time. Very excited. I don't know why it's taken so long to come here, but it's cool. Very hot and beautiful. I expect a lot of crazy, metal. I'm sure they love the metal. So, and it's been so long since I've been here, so I think that hearing the music for the first time for me and them to hear it should be very exciting. Well, it's just a lot of some new stuff, plenty of old Anthrax stuff, and it's a very, very fun and heavy music for the night. It's actually a title for the tour. It's not an actual title for a record right now. And it's just one of those titles.
Well, since it was our first tour that we really extensively were on for a full year almost, I pretty much had to leave behind everything we had at home to go do this tour. So it was like pretty much don't look back at what you had, look forward to what you have in the future. And then once we released the Never Look Back tour, everybody said, well, Joey's never looking back at Anthrax, but he's playing Anthrax. And of course he's going to, because he's part of the history of it, and they just blew it out of proportion. So, but it was all a great publicity thing, so that's good.
Well, bottom line is, like I say every night on stage, I've been a fan of Anthrax growing up, of course, and getting to play these songs, their history. They definitely made a big statement in the music industry. It definitely brought metal pretty much up to where it is today. So it's a great honor, and the rhythm section's a bunch of great guys to play with. So it's awesome every night. We get there, we try to kick ass as much as we can.
Anything from the Kill Switch, Engage, your Triviums, your Lamb of Gods, a lot of that stuff, the Machine Head stuff. All of it, old school, new school, it's all good in my book. So.
Don't forget, Priest has a new record coming out, Enemy, Motley Crue has a new record coming out, so that's going to bring back, what we all know from metal. So you can't forget bands like Maiden and Priest. So I think a lot of younger kids, when we're playing, you look out in the audience, these kids got Metal Church shirts on, they got Priest shirts on. These kids are like 15. It's crazy. And it's like, I think that it's kind of cool. It's that 15-year circle now, cycle. Bang, bang.
It's a lot of good bands. Even back, not even new, like the Foo Fighters when they came out, and Grohl had his band. There's just a whole bunch of new types of style of music that I don't really have anything in particular that I love more than another. It's just nice to hear a bunch of new styles and just the way people sing and play guitar, and just the sounds. Even the sound of the records are different these days,
I think it's great. For example, we could be right here on the stage, and where you're at is, you got 200 people right at your feet, just pushing you in the corner because they're just crazy about it.
You're one with them, It's not like you're like a million miles away.
We don't hang out backstage at all. We hang out at the merch booth the whole time. We meet and greet. There's not a certain time that we actually come out and meet and greet people. We're there the whole time. Once the doors open, people come in. We sit there until we walk up on that stage.
Yeah, we like.
And
to
afterwards,
hang out.
we hang out some more.
That's the big part of it. I think you need to hang out with the fans and the people that come to see you. I think it's really important.
Kind of fun too.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. The conversations you drum over with people, other players, you talk shop about equipment and gear and, influences and, all that kind of good stuff. So I'm all for all of that. That's why we don't hide in the corner and,
it's
we don't
great to
come
hear
out.
the stories of the past. You're like, oh, big old to Joey. Oh, we saw you in, 90 this or 80 this. And Joey's like, yep, it was at this place at this time, and they just sit there and just
I go, wait a minute, I don't think I remember that.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because, a lot of bands don't really realize they're fans of music too. So the four of us are fans. We love music. And that's kind of like, I think, why we kind of like meet with people, because we're fans before anything, growing up. So a lot of bands forget where they come from. It's kind of sad,
Stop!
prefer it. You know, I mean, why not? It's good music.
Yeah.
And if that makes them happy, then that's good. And it makes me happy, and these guys like to play it, so.
I think it's the same as the old days with tape change. You know, your friend got it. I got the new Slayer. You make a tape for your friend, you give it to him. It's kind of what it was back then. You know, but hopefully the band people still go out and buy the records. They want the cover. They want to see the credits and the liner notes, which was always like I remember like when I bought records. That was the cool thing about it. Oh, look at the cover. Look at the back of it. So it's kind of like I think a lot of that downloading stuff is kind of the same thing as tape exchanging. You know, as long as people remember, you know, bands can't tour and they can't keep it going if you don't buy the records. You know, people kind of don't really get that sometimes.
Stay metal, nothing but metal. Play hard, play loud.
Never give up on your dreams, brother. Metal's the way of life, for sure.
All metal all the way. Come to the show.
Yeah, right.
Mexico, it's good to be here.
Yeah.
Gracias.
Ah, gracias.
Yep.
Hi, we're Belladonna.
And you're watching Relapse.
So